Hey everybody, this is Gutsy here bringing you a Gutsy's Way video. This one will be on my way of playing Ogre. It's kind of unique. It's a core role, but unlike other core roles I've seen, it's something that I don't think people normally do. So I've seen a lot of like dual lane cores on Ogre Magi, and they usually go kind of utility items, you know, drums, solar crest into whatever, just basically to help a team when it comes to 5-man time. But my core Ogre is more focused on independence, so it's basically just you and worrying about yourself. I have seen core Ogres similar to this, mostly in the safe lane, so I've seen Purge, and I've seen BSJ, and I think I've seen Jubei. No, Jubei went mid, which is more like mine, but they played core. They basically went farming Ogre. So we're talking like B Furies, S and Ys, stuff like that. And that's actually kind of close to what my Ogre is, but not exactly. I think mine's pretty unique, so I'm going to do this video. We'll see how it goes in convincing you. The main item and role is that you want to go preferably mid because you're better in one-on-one scenarios. If you go to side lanes, so the only two positions I'll play on Ogre is mid and carry. If you go to, let's say, carry, then you have to deal with two heroes. And yes, Ogre's a strong laner. He's strong paired up with other heroes, but I find that you're just... the scaling effect that an Ogre has when he's solo in a one-on-one scenario is a hell of a lot better than having security in a lane and, let's say, a better lane matchup. There's no point risking it when you could just go mid. Ogre wins pretty much every mid matchup. Bloodseeker, obviously, you know, heroes like that, he doesn't win. So you still need to pick him knowing that you're going to win that scenario. But most heroes, like most range heroes, even like Skywrath mages, most melees, you know, like Troll, even gimmick picks like Earthshaker mids, Ogre does beat those. So he is a very strong one-on-one hero, and that's what I normally like to play him as. So I'll go mid on Ogre, but you can go carry Ogre. The build doesn't really change too much. So my first items, sorry. So when I start off the game, it's this, and Tangos. The reason why is the Ring of Regen paired with your natural regen gives you, like, godly regen. You pretty much never have to worry about regen again unless you're getting super outlaned. And in that case, that's not really a you problem. That's more a team problem. You need your teammates to help. So once you have this, you're going to always last hit because you have 63 base damage with all this. And there's two options. So my favorite build, based off what I've tested, is just naked boots. I don't go further. I stop at this. This is my early game build, basically. You could obviously get the raindrops if you're fighting a Zeus or something, but this is usually all you need to survive late game, or early game. There's two different approaches, or three, of going boots on this hero. So this is the one I prefer the most, just naked boots. I don't think you need to go further than that, but I'll give you the scenarios of what other boots you could go. If you're really focused on surviving, but you want to farm because you are a core hero, treads is pretty decent. You could go int on those. The reason why I don't like to go treads normally, though, is because I don't find they really change your farm. If anything, it kind of slows it down in a way. It gives you that tankiness, so that's the scenario in which I would go treads, but I want to go treads otherwise. It's just the tankiness isn't really needed when you're already naturally tanky and you already have good regen. You get the added farming benefit, but like I said, I find that it slows it down. So that's one option. Your other boots option is Tranquils, which it suggests. Tranquils actually isn't for laning phase. You don't really need more regen. Mind you, if you ever get ganked or something, it'll help you recover faster, obviously. But the main reason I go Tranquils is if movement speed is an issue early game. So if you know the hero composition and you feel like you're going to get outrun, or heroes are going to outrun you when you're trying to kill them, then you go Tranquils. Because the purpose of an Ogre is to surprise and kill people. At least my Ogre Magi, the Gutsy Way. So that's a scenario in which you could opt for Tranquils. But normally, I'll just go naked boots. And the next item I go is Midas. I find that it's very difficult for people to kill you, especially one-on-one. So if people want to kill you in lane, they have to gank you with multiple heroes. And it's effective. Ogre is actually very bad in a solo lane against multiple heroes. So if you're sticking mid and you're fighting a person, let's say a Bloodseeker, and an Earthshaker is constantly ganking you, you are going to die a lot. And you'll have to resort to the jungle to farm. Ogre is an excellent jungle farmer, so you don't have to worry so much about that. But that's not the ideal scenario you want to be in. So Midas is good because with your gold talent at level 10, you just blow out of control with the gold. Because your Midas is pretty much already started to pay for itself at that point. And with the extra gold, you just, items just boom. They come online so fast. That's why I like to go Midas. You can usually get away with it. Like I said, no one's going to really kill you in lane, especially if you're one-on-one. So this Gutsy Ogre is really good in lower MMRs because people are not used to ganking mids, especially if you're doing the Gutsy mid Ogre, which means that Midas, you're not going to get it very fast. It's possible, but you'll probably get it around 9 minutes, which isn't optimal timing, but it's still worth it. Always go that Midas. It really just accelerates you later on when you need to be accelerated. And this is the main build that you have. Afterwards, you're going to get the 2 core Ogre Magi Gutsy items. So the first one is Shadowblade. This is your first item. You actually don't really have solo kill potential with this build, but you could get enemies low enough that if you have one teammate in the vicinity, they're going to be pretty screwed. If they're a squishy support, like a Silencer, then yes, you do have solo kill potential. But you're probably not going to kill an Earthshaker with this. Not like off the bat. What you do with Ogre is you have to damage heroes, get them low, and then you go for the kill with this kind of build, with the Shadowblade, with the Hand of Midas. So if you see, you know, half HP heroes in lanes or roaming around, this is when becomes lethal. You see them, they're frigged, because you're going to sneak up on them and blow them up. And the other item to get after this, I'll just sell this, is Orchid. These are the main items to the Gutsy Ogre build. This is solo kill potential. So with levels, with these items, you will kill heroes. Pretty much any hero in the game. If they're really tanky, you might not, but you should get some nice multicasts at that point because you should be level 12 around that time, that you will kill them regardless. And this is very scary. Like, it doesn't seem scary, but Ogre, when he's got pointed Fireblast and Ignite, does a ton of damage. And there's a lot of things you don't have to worry about, like troll axes and stuff. You just do nuke magic damage. Ember, maybe, if he's already got his fire shield, but if he doesn't, he's just fodder. No one's going to be able to really respond to this. There's only a few heroes that can. If a hero's out of control and has a Linken's, that way they can respond. But you have so many items to bust Linken's, like Ignite, that it shouldn't be a problem. Manta is pretty much the only way this is going to be screwed over. And if they go Manta, then you could get like a Sheep Stick or something like that. Treat it like a Clinks in that matter. The item I upgrade to next is Bloodthorn, unless if they have like a Manta or something like that. This just makes it so when you're right-clicking them, because right-clicking is very important for Ogre ganks, that it's going to do a hell of a lot more. You're pretty much always going to kill people. So, but this is way later. You won't get this until at least late 20 minutes. But I'll show you basically the level ups, okay? Let's go to level 12. So level 12, you want to, these are the first 2 skills you're going to max. You're not even going to go multicast or bloodlust.
Hate to be your
These 2 skills dominate laning. And this is why Ogre's a 1v1 hero. Because Ignite just zones out heroes so hard, unless they have godly regen, like a Bloodseeker. Even Invoker isn't going to be able to deal with the Ignite spam. And you're probably thinking, oh, where's my mana? You know, I'm going to run out of mana eventually. That's fine. You could get runes. You could go to shrines. You know, just call a clarity or 2. Even mangoes. Like if you're fighting a clock with rockets and you don't want your clarities getting screwed over, just get mangoes. It's not that big of a deal. It's better than a clarity getting canceled. You might as well invest the extra 50 gold and get that guaranteed mana. You don't really need mana regen on this dude. It's pretty decent. His spells are low cooldown mana costs. So if you're just, you know, getting runes and going to shrines, you're going to always have mana regardless. So after these 2 skills, you want to get that 90 gold for sure. You'll get 1 point in alt, then 1 in Bloodlust, and then the other 1 in alt. So this is usually what it looks like. You won't have this though. You'll probably just have Shadowblade, maybe your Orchid by now. But here's what it looks like. Let's spawn a hero. I'll show you. So enemy, we'll level him up. We'll put him at the same level as me. What are his items normally at this time? Maybe he's got a Vanguard. This is a very tanky hero. Let's tank him out a bit, okay? Okay, so there's our axe.
Out of my way!
Now here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna Bloodlust. You're gonna go Invis. You want to proc the Invis attack too.
My turn!
And start off with a Fireblast first. So it'll be just like this.
You
Boom,
turn.
Orchid, this, and you just hit it. Okay? Look how much damage that was. This is a tanky level 12 axe with a Vanguard, and you do that much damage. With the Ignite still burning him, you got him down to under 400 HP from 1,700. It's a lot of damage. But just remember that order. You need to have Bloodlust pre-cast it. Then you go Invis. Then you want to get that hit off, unless that they're too far out of distance. You get the hit, then you Orchid, and the Orchid will go in combo with your Fireblast and Ignite to do more damage. When this gets maxed and you hit 40 Bloodlust attack speed, you hit like a truck. You get the 90 damage talent, so we're just going to level up the max so I can show you that. 90 damage, 40 Bloodlust. This is very situational. I find Fireblast is better because you're all about comboing, but if you're already knocking on their base and stuff, you probably don't need to worry too much. You could go the movement speed. So yeah, that's the Ogre build right here. This is the Gutsy Ogre build. At this point, what are following items to go for? You're just a carry. So you could do the Mason and BSJ kind of, and Purge kind of Ogre Magi stuff. So BKB I really like. It just stops anybody from interfering with my combo in case if I am killing somebody. So I could just BKB and then TP out quickly if they aren't like a troll or someone bashing me. They won't be able to stop me. S and Y is pretty good on this hero. But what I really like is the Basher, the Abyss Blade. I find Bashes in some fights could just absolutely devastate enemies. And that's my carry Ogre for you. Maelstrom can be kind of decent if you're having a hard time killing people and you want to accelerate that item progression even more. You could get the Maelstrom and just farm creeps. Because Ogre can actually jungle pretty easily at like level 1 if you know how to jungle properly. So jungling isn't an issue. If you lose one-on-one mid, let's say somebody's ganking you and you have to jungle, don't be afraid to do so. You're going to farm pretty decently. It doesn't really slow down your farm that much. All you need is these 2 items and you're going to crush the enemies. So that's my way of playing Ogre.
Let me!
No, me!
I'm going to leave in some extra clips of me just playing. They're experimental clips, so you'll see item builds like the Tranquils, Silver Edge because I fought a PA. I think it's just clips of 2 games, so I'll add them to the end of that video without me talking or anything, and you could just see how it works in an actual game. Other than that, thanks for watching. Please watch the remaining clips, and I'll see you next time after the clips.
Stop shaking. There lies no room for my... Shocking. Storm Force double damage!
My soul unspools.
Dire's mid tower could use a little help.
Not at all. And again?
This top tower's hurting.
And again? Unstoppable. my just reward.
Character assassin.
Radiant's bottom tower ain't a pretty sight right now.